All right, we've come to number one on the list of the top 10 NFL coaches for 2023. Number 10, Doug Peterson. Number 9, Mike Vrabel. Number 8, Kyle Shanahan. Number 7, Sean McVay. Number 6, Sean Payton. Number 5, Pete Carroll. Number 4, John Harbaugh. Number 3, Bill Belichick. Number 2, Mike Tomlin. I didn't need to do that, but it makes me feel like I at least still have my faculties that I was able to do it. Number 1, Chiefs coach Andy Reid. And I'm kind of with Mike Vick. You could make the argument already that he's the greatest of all time. Now, it's difficult to do with 2 Super Bowl wins when Bill Belichick has 6, but I think the best way to put it is get back to me in 6 years, because Reid is 6 years younger than Belichick, and Reid has Patrick Mahomes just about entering the front end of his prime. And look, it will be Pete Rozell's worst nightmare if the Chiefs keep winning and winning and winning and winning and winning, if they win 2 in a row and 3 in a row and 4 in a row. And I don't think they will. I mean, look how hard it is to win one. All the needles you have to thread. Got to get past the Bengals. Got to get past the Bills. Got to come from double-digit deficits in the second half, which they did in both of the Super Bowls they won. You can't count on flipping that coin and having to come up heads every time. But you know, the reality is, the more you do it, the more comfortable you are in those situations, the less likely you are to freak out, and the more likely the other team is to get tight and think, uh-oh, here it comes. You know, it's the younger brother who's up 5 points, 18-13 against his older brother in ping pong, and his older brother has a habit of coming back and winning. You start to get a little nervous. You start to get a little wobbly, and the next thing you know, it's over. The more the Chiefs do this, the easier it is for them to keep doing it. And if Andy Reid if he gets to 6, he's the greatest of all time. But he could get it 4 or 5, but ultimately end up with more wins than Bill Belichick. Who knows? We don't know how long Belichick's going to coach. But regardless, when you look at, and this was a point that I made when we wrote about it a few weeks back, when you look at the starting quarterbacks that Andy Reid has had from the time he became the Eagles head coach in 1999, and he has continuously been a head coach ever since, went straight from the Eagles to the Chiefs. He's had a bunch of different guys. Belichick has primarily had Tom Brady from 2001 after Drew Bledsoe was injured through 2019. The only exceptions, the 15 games in 2008 after Tom Brady suffered a torn ACL against the Chiefs week 1. Bernard Pollard hit him low, and that was that. And then the 4 games that Brady missed to start the 2016 season for Deflategate. Other than that, it was Brady for the Super Bowl seasons, for every season. Reid's had a bunch of different quarterbacks. And now that Reid's settled in with Patrick Mahomes, since the last time Bill Belichick won a postseason game, Andy Reid's won 2 Super Bowls, and he's been in another one. So Reid is clearly number 1 right now. The question is, will he be number 1 all time when it's all said and done? He's got a chance to do it. And the difference is, look, Belichick is a master of defense. Reid is a master of offense. And in today's NFL, which one is more important? It's the offense. You need to be a better offensive coach because the game has been skewed toward offensive production. And no matter what the best defensive coach can do, it's kind of rigged in the offense's favor because the NFL knows offense is what generates interest, sells tickets, gets people playing fantasy, gets people to tune in, maximum number of eyeballs. What is it that the NFL looks at when setting the primetime schedule? They're not looking to put the best defense in prime time. They're looking to put the best quarterbacks in prime time. That's what people want to see. So the better you are at coaching quarterbacks, the better coach you are. The last thing we saw from Bill Belichick was his horrible mistake in the delegation of the offensive duties to Matt Patricia and Joe Judge. So clearly, Reid is number 1 right now. Will he catch Bill Belichick number 1 all time? That is one of the great stories of the next half decade or so.
Hi, it's Mike Florio. Thanks for watching PFT on YouTube. Hit subscribe for the latest news and analysis from Pro Football Talk.